You may have seen these kinds of things online, these new style tea trays where you can pour tea on it, helpful if I had some tea, and it gets absorbed into the material, which is kind of cool. So I'm testing them out to see if this is something that's worth us exploring. First thing, I'm not very into the scratchy feeling. The main question for me is how much water does it absorb and at what point does it start leaking? It just comes out the bottom, right? So there's no drainage. And then how do you dry it afterwards? Will it stain? Because I don't want my tea tray to start to stain. So I'm going to start to pour little bits of very concentrated tea in the middle, and already I can see a stain there. So we're going to test it and see what the cleaning potential is on these trays. And obviously, if it's something we like, then we can start to think about designing our own. So first session with this, and I've just used 100 ml. I've used it as I normally would, a rinse, etc., throwing away some teas. It's already full, it's already wet to the touch. So that's not very good capacity. Let's see how long it takes to dry, because now I've got to wait. I can't have another session with it. I've got to wait till it dries. There are definitely flaws in this, but we will keep testing and see. Okay, I've got my verdict on these absorbing tea trays. I've used it a few times and I dislike them quite a lot. First of all, they stain, and I couldn't figure out a way to clean it with anything that I have. Now, maybe you can put some chemicals in it, but do you really want to do that? Secondly, it is scratchy on the teaware. Not great. I don't feel that comfortable putting my very expensive pots on it. But most importantly, there is no way to drain it. And there's no way to work out when it's full. So when it's full, it just starts leaking and dripping. And it happened actually quite quickly. After just a couple of sessions, it was soaking wet under here. And then you've got to wait for ages. I don't even know if this is dry. I don't think it is, judging by the weight. It's heavy as well. So you've got to wait ages and ages and ages and ages and ages before you can have another session, and that is a big no-no in my book. So for all of those writing to me saying you should get these, you should get these, yeah, they look cool and they look good when you do that whole woo, tea is disappearing, but nah, this is not a practical way to brew your tea. Yep, getting wet under my hand. Big no-no.